everyone, welcome to Wicked.west.books. My name is Meg West, and I am joining the reading quest. I heard about the reading quest from Little Book Owl, and if you want to do a lot of readathons and you don't know where to look, I very highly suggest Little Book Owl's channel, her Twitter, everything. She is very in the know of when readathons are and will give you some warning to when they start. And also, I absolutely love her. If you haven't heard yet, the Reading Quest is this new readathon that is coming up. It starts on August 13th and goes until September 10th, so it's almost a month-long readathon. And it claims to be video game based. I haven't seen any actual video yet, so it looks to me more like it's online board game based, which still sounds pretty awesome. You have 4 different character classes that you get to choose from, and I have chosen to be the mage class. So the way that this works is that there is a game board, the questing board, and as you can see, the 4 different classes start on different parts of the board. The knight class starts at the top and will work its way across the top row of the quest board. They can read those books in any order, but they do have to complete those 5 quests before they can move on to the bard quests, which the bard starts on the right side of the board and works on this column over here. And if the knight finishes the bard class, or the bard class finishes their own, they move on to the rogue class, which starts here at the bottom and works their way across the bottom. And the mage class, the class that I have chosen, starts in this bottom corner and works their way up to the knight quests and around the board in that way. The 9 spaces that are in the middle of the board are side quests that you can choose to do if you want to at any point during the readathon. You earn points for each book you read, and they do have to have 1 individual book per challenge. So if you complete the entire board, you will have read 25 books in almost 30 days. That's a lot of books. I don't expect to finish out the board, so I have started off with a 10-book TBR for what I will be reading during this challenge. So the first spot for a mage is read a book with a 1-word title, and for that I have chosen Fathomless by Jackson Pierce. This is, I believe, a Little Mermaid retelling. I read Jackson Pierce's Red Riding Hood retelling, which is Sisters Red, and I actually remember really enjoying it. I made one of my co-workers read the book, and I've picked this up because not only is it a Little Mermaid retelling, the cover is absolutely gorgeous. The second quest is read a book that contains magic. For this, I have chosen Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the 2nd book in the Grisha trilogy, and having just read the Six of Crows duology, I'm really looking forward to getting back into this world and actually completing the trilogy this time. Quest number 3 is read a book based in mythology. This book was mostly a cover buy for me, but when I read the inside, and that book is Valkyrie by Kate O'Hearn. It's been sitting on my shelf for over a year, so it's about time that I read it as well. And this book follows Freya as she adventures in the human world, and she might become a little bit too attached. I really like Norse mythology, so I'm looking forward to reading this gorgeous book. Number 4 is to read a book set in a different world. I got this book a year ago from my best friend. She got me the entire series for my birthday, and I haven't really touched them yet, even though it is written by one of my favorite authors. That book is Freedom's Landing by Anne McCaffrey. Anne McCaffrey did write the Dragon Riders of Pern series, which I absolutely love. It was one of the first series that I ever got into, and they are adult sci-fi, basically. And this takes place on a different planet that humans have just landed on. And the only other thing I know about it is that there are cat people in it. So this should be a fun read. And Anne McCaffrey's world building is always fantastic. And the final mage quest, which also doubles as the first quest for the knight's list of books, is read the first book in a series. While the characters in this book have been in another series I've read, I haven't actually read this trilogy, even though it contains one of my favorite characters from the last series as one of the main characters. And that book is Test of the Twins by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. This is book 1 in the Test of the Twins series, and Raceland is one of my favorite characters of all time because you can't really tell if he's good or evil. Does he gain these dark powers just because he wants the power? Is he going to let that power corrupt him? I believe that's what this trilogy will really go through. I kind of needed a reason to get back into this world anyway, so this is a great place to start. The second book for the Knight's Quest is read a book with a verb in the title. For this, I have chosen The Devil Who Tamed Her by Hannah Lindsay. This is a romance novel, and I have a feeling that if I make it to this point in this readathon, I'm going to be needing a break from all of the serious reading, and I wanted something very light and fluffy to read, and that is what this is going to be. When future Duke Raphael meets this woman, his best friend bets him that there is no one who will ever be able to get her to settle down, and Raphael takes that bet, and I'm looking forward to seeing how successful he is. Quest number 3 is read a book with a weapon on the title, and for that I have chosen War of the Twins by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. This is the second book in the trilogy that follows these twins and Raceland, my favorite character, and his brother Karaman has a mace and a sword. The Kinder Tasselhoff has his little staff/sling, and thus there are weapons on this cover. The next challenge is to read a book with a red cover, and most of the more obviously red covers I have read, so the one that I own that is closest to this is The Wizard's Daughter by Catherine Coulter. This is another romance novel where the female character has lost all of her memory, but finds out that she can use magic. And the back is quite red, so I am using it because it is another romance novel, and these are very quick and easy for me to get through. The final Knight's Quest is to read a book with a TV or movie adaptation. For the last readathon, I had put on my TBR The Magicians by Lev Grossman, but I didn't actually get around to reading it. So I will be using it for the same challenge on this readathon, and hopefully this time I will actually read it. And as that's only 9 books and I promised you 10, I do have one side quest filled out, and that is the Potions side class, which is to read a book with 2 authors to it. And I don't think anyone's too surprised that I chose the third book in the Time of the Twins trilogy, which is Test of the Twins, and finishes out that trilogy. I do still have a blank spot and a few other spots on the board that I would really like to get to, but I figured 10 books was a good place to start out with. And so those are the books that I plan on reading on the latter half of August and the start of September. I will most likely save my wrap up until this readathon is completely over with. So if you have seen this video or Kaz's video on Little Book Owl, let me know below if you plan to participate. I will be trying to do daily updates on my Tumblr account, which is always linked down below, and it's just a lot easier for me to update that every day than to make, edit, and post a video as often as I would like to for this. I will, however, be giving some updates on my YouTube channel as well. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. I post videos every Thursday, or else I lose books. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wicked day.